Hi everyone, it's Van. Hope you're all doing okay and keeping well and having a nice Tuesday so far. Today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and and I thought I'd do a get to know me video while I'm painting my nails. So it's not quite a get ready with me video, it's just like a chat and nail paint day, well, video if you like, and that. So I thought, why not give it a go? And I was gonna do a like full like I keep saying full facial video, but you know what I mean, like on screen, on video. But no, I changed my mind up last really. and that, because I'm not, as I said before, I'm not comfortable for myself fully on video and stuff. Maybe one of the days I will. But I'd just rather leave it as I'm doing it, these type of videos, at the moment, in regards to books and reading progress and book hauls and colouring book hauls and bits and bobs hauls and stuff. So my nails need painting. I did put some nail hardener on them last night because they've been quite, they've been breaking a lot just lately. I'm not sure because of heat or what, I'm not sure. But I did put some nail hardener on last night. And I thought I'd do I thought I'd paint them today. And while I'm doing that, just a little get to know me video. So this is the colour I'm putting on today, which is The Final Rose by Essence. I know, I just thought I'd choose that one. So that's that. And I've got my cotton wool balls and my nail polish remover should I do an upsie, which I do tend to do. So with that being said, I'll get into the video now. Where do I start? I've got nothing planned really. I've got no promise. I've got no, question. It's just gonna be off the cuff, really. So to start off with, my name is Yvonne, or Von, and I'm 51 years old. I live in the UK, in the West Midlands, and I work in health and social care. I have done now for 30 plus years now. I started off in elderly care, elderly care homes and stuff, and for the past 20 odd years I've been working in mental health. I enjoy my job. It's rewarding, looking after people and helping them with the day-to-day lives, and encouraging health and well-being, and as I said, it's a rewarding job. It's a hard job. It can be a stressful job, but it's a rewarding job at the same time. and that. I have been with my partner for the past 13 years. I've got no children. I have got a cat, if that counts. She's my daughter. She's my fur baby. She's Ella, who you saw the other day on video on the little debut. And she's a tortoise shell. And she's 13 years old. And she's a darling. You know, she's a diva. And very much spoiled and very much loved. And she rules me, you know, she's always ruled me. And her nickname is Princess. And you know, she's my baby girl. And like, she has a diva moments, but and a little hissy fits and a little growling times when it suits her. But other than that, you know, she's a good girl, you know. She's in her senior years now, and a bit like a mama. And we all have our grumpyish off days. So, yeah, that's my Ella. In regards to hobbies and interests, I do like to do crossword, occasional crosswords, and I do like to do word searches. Sorry about my nose, my eye feels playing up at the moment. Crosswords and word searches, and I like, you know, adult colouring and stuff. As you've seen, like in my colouring book hauls and things. In fact, I have got my word search hauls. In fact, I have bought some more word searches just lately, so I will be doing a haul for them one of the days. And in regards to film and TV, film-wise, I like horror films and thriller films and, you know, action films. I'm not into like romantic comedies as such, or romance films and, you know, and all that sort of stuff. I'm not really into all that kind of thing, but I do enjoy a good horror film, and I do enjoy a good thriller. A couple of my favourite horror films are like the Conjuring films. I like the Saw films. I like the Terrifier ones. I like our classics as well, like the Hammer films and the Hammer House of Horror. I like Tygon films. I like old black and white horror thriller films. And that. My favourite actors, you know, I like Patrick Wilson, and I like Keanu Reeves. I like to watch their films, like the Conjuring films and Insidious and the John Wick films. I like any film with Keanu Reeves as long as they're not romance. I'm not into his romance film. But John Wick and Constantine and things like that, you know, action-packed Keanu Reeves, if you like, I do like to watch them. And Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's a favourite actor of mine, as is Tom Cruise. Again, I'll watch anything with Tom Cruise in it and Johnny Depp. I have seen a couple of their, romance movies, but I'm not into them. Give me an action-packed Tom Cruise or, action, what's action-packed, but like, just something with more in it than just like slap and tickle, if you know what I mean. Yeah, Tom Cruise I've been a fan of since I've been like, 17, no. I think I first noticed Tom Cruise back in the day when he was in Top Gun. And of course, Interview with the Vampire, sealed the deal, and that was it. Johnny Depp. Obviously, Captain Jack, goes without saying. But I like him in like I say, like action, like what is that film in now? Like Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and I mentioned Paris. What else do I like him in? Oh, is it Nick of Time? Is he? Is it Nick of Time? That one was in all in one. It's the film made in real time, isn't it? It's just all in one tech, I think. Is it Nick of Time? Something like that. That's a very good one. And like the Ninth Gate. And but saying that about romance films, I do like Chocolat. I like his character in Chocolat. So I will make an exception there. But yeah, isn't that many films I could think of more. Not like 7 o'clock in the morning anyway, and stuff. But yeah, all-time favourite actors: Tom Cruise, Johnny Depp, Keanu Reeves, and stuff. Actresses, I like Angelina Jolie. I like her style of acting. I do enjoy her films like Tomb Raider and Salt and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I know that's like a romance, but it's like a thriller thing with Brad Pitt, isn't it? And that's what I like Angelina in. Oh, The Tourist. I know it's not everybody's favourite film. I know it's a bit of a flop at the cinema. And I know it's got its romantic elements, but I did like The Tourist. I think it's quite a funny little caper and a gentle nod to the 60s, crime capers and that. So yeah, I like The Tourist and stuff. Music wise, I like Fleetwood Mac, and so I got my Fleetwood Mac t-shirt on at the moment. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac. I like the Eagles. I like mostly like 80s rock, like soft rock and stuff. But that being said, of late, I'm not saying I've got into the group, but I've been watching a lot of this Ghost on YouTube, and I'd heard of them in the past, I'd heard of the group, but I've never listened to the music until lately. And I know I'm a little bit late to the Ghost party, but I do enjoy some of their songs and stuff, and I like the overall like aesthetic of the group, and especially with the lead, like I don't know, Popper. I don't know what it's come out with different like evolutions of this popper, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you're fans, obviously, if you're fans, you know what I'm saying. I'm only new to the group, yeah. But yeah, I like the aesthetic of the group. And the girl, is it the girls? What's his backing band? So yeah, I've been listening to a bit of Ghost of late. But like as a mainstays, like for years now, Fleetwood Mac, The Eagles, All About Eve, Mike Caulfield. I do like some like the 70s stuff as well, like T-Rex, Sweet, and I don't know. So yeah, mostly 80s soft rock. Some 80s music too, including like not great fans of, but like some like stuff the Duran Duran and whatnot. I like the Who as well. The Who. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. I think that's probably about it music-wise, to be honest. I mean, back in the day when I was younger, I was mad on like Bryan Adams and stuff. But I sort of went into that phase, and but yeah, even so, that being said, Bryan Adams made some good songs, and I was like, used to be fanatic for Cher and that. Again, she made some good songs, and that's it, music-wise. So like TV programs, Squid Game. Absolutely love Squid Game. One of the best TV shows I've ever seen. And I'll be honest, it was Squid Game what got me and my partner into K-dramas, K-horrors and stuff. So yeah, since watching Squid Game, we've watched quite a few K-dramas. In regards to me just going off the tangent a little bit, in regards to me painting my nails, I'm no nail technician, I just slapdash at best, but, as long as it, looks okay, then I'm not that vain when it comes to painting nails and stuff. I just try not to make the nail bleed, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not the greatest at painting nails. Anyway, I've gone off tangent enough. Yeah, so sorry, going back to TV program. Yeah, Squid Game. Squid Game got me and my partner into K-dramas and K-horrors and thrillers, and absolutely loved it. And it's one of the best TV shows I've seen in a while, I'll be honest, was Squid Game. Very well acted throughout, very tense, very edge of your seat stuff at times. And as I said, the acting was superb, throughout by all the cast. So, needless to say, kind of enjoyed watching Lee Byung-hun and Lee Jung-jae in the TV program. So that made us hunting for the stuff what they've been in, films or TV programs. And we watched some good ones. In regards to Lee Byung-hun, we watched him in I Saw the Devil. Great film. If you like a horror / thriller with loads of action in it and tense and atmosphere and jump scares and stuff, then I recommend I Saw the Devil, with a twist I never saw coming. Well, not so much a twist, but the ending I never saw coming. and that was just fantastic. We watched that No Other Choice, but I'll be honest, it was okay. It was alright. It was alright, but not my kind of thing, to be fair. But it was a good film. It was alright. What else is the name? Oh, is it Bittersweet? That's another like criminal crime drama thriller. Bittersweet Life, that's it. And what was the other one? The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. Is it The Good, the Bad, and the Weird, or The Good, the Bad, and the something? It's like a cowboy thing. That was alright. It was okay, but as soon as Squid Game, my favourite, or the Lee Byung-hun program is Our Blues. I absolutely love Our Blues as much as I do Squid Game and Mr. Sunshine. He was in, but Our Blues is set on Jeju Island in, on island of South Korea. And oh my goodness, talk about a lottery dream. If I won the lottery, I know it's a pipe dream at the end of the day, but oh my goodness, Jeju Island would be a place to visit. It is stunning, beautiful. The waters, the sea, the locations. Oh, it's just absolutely gorgeous, Jeju Island. And it's only since watching Our Blues that, I've had a dream of going to Jeju Island. Maybe one day. Probably not, but wishful thinking and all that stuff. But yeah, Our Blues is a beautiful program. It really is. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry. It just makes you want to do one massive group hug, with the cast. It really is a superb program and worth sticking with, because the interactions, the characters, you just get to, as our time when you're watching the program, you just feel a connection with each of the characters, and you just, it's one of them programs that when it's finished, you often think about the characters, that, you're wondering what they're up to, and you're wondering how they're getting on with their lives, and if anything's, everything's changed in the community on Jeju. But is it one of them programs that I'd like to see a sequel to? I'm not sure, I'm not sure. But it's just a beautiful TV program. And Mr. Sunshine is set in the Joseon period of South Korea. Well, obviously Joseon Korea, sorry. And that is, again, another beautiful TV program. Again, where you care for the characters. You're not sure which side of the character's side, or which characters you're on the side of to begin with. But as time goes on, and you get to know the characters more and their backstories, the more, the deeper you get, the deeper you care for them. And again, it's one of them programs where you think about the characters, you think about what they did and the sacrifices they made, and it's just well acted throughout, even with the enemies. I'm not saying too much about the program, but even with the enemy side, it's well acted. It's well acted by the actors of the enemy side, and the costumes. Oh my goodness! Now I don't know the proper pronunciation. I might be saying it wrong. The hanbok style dresses, and just the costumes, the scenery. Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. It's worth watching just for the cinematography alone. The settings are just stunning. And as I said, the costume department, well done to them, because absolutely beautiful. You know. Another series we watched as well is The Nine-Tailed Fox, which had Lee Dong-wook as the main character. What was his name? Eon, and his brother Rang. I forget the actor's name. I'm sorry, but and their lives and who they are and what they are, and the other cast members of who they are, should we say, and stuff. Again, Nine-Tailed Fox is a fantastic show, fantastic South Korean TV show, and it's like fantastical. It's fable. It's, yes, it has got romance elements in it. Yes, it has. You know what I said about romance? I'll make the exception for the correct, K-dramas and stuff. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's such enjoyment. You can make yourself a cup of tea and just kick back, relax, and just have a fun time watching these characters and seeing the, it's like a South Korean, like, to me, like a fable tale, of obviously fox deities, but there's other deities in the program as well, and again, well acted, fantastic settings, and just enjoyable. I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched a bad K-drama or a bad K-thriller, K-horror yet. One where I've not completely enjoyed it. I've enjoyed everything I've seen so far. And in regards to horror, there's one called, something, Johnson. It'll come to me in a bit. But it's set in like an asylum, right? Like an abandoned asylum. I know these films have been made time and time again with abandoned hospitals, abandoned asylums, and like urban explorers going in and taking, raw footage, or like, found footage, hidden cameras or whatever, and like made into a, something happens to them and the footage is found, and, like Blair Witch type. But there's something different about this one. Same sort of concept. Got these like these explorers, these friends, they go to this abandoned asylum. But it's very creepy, very atmospheric. And when little things start to happen at first, I'm like, did you see that? Did I see that? Or what? Or was that just like in my imagination? In your imagination, my imagination. But then when little things start adding up, and other little things start happening, where the creepiness and the chills and thrills start kicking in, and stuff. I can't think what it's called. I'm sorry. I know. I can't think what it's called. But it's a very good film. If I think of it, I'll put it in the description, or I'll ask my partner later on, and when he comes back from work and stuff, and I'll put it in the description of what the film is called. But it's very good. As well, move on to books now. And to be honest, I am quite a boring person. I like my hobbies, I like my interests. We don't go out that much. Well, we do from time to time, but like, because my partner works like days, I work nights. It's sort of here and there to when we go out and stuff. But we do enjoy visiting like bookshops and bookstores and little charity shops and things like that when we go out and about and stuff. But that's about it really. Hobbies and interests wise in regards outside of books. As for books and authors, as you know, I'll be honest with my all-time favourite authors too, authors, have been a mainstay since the age of 17, and that's Anne Rice and Clive Barker. Anne Rice was the first horror author I ever read. Horror gothic author I ever read. Interview with the Vampire I read when I was 17, and it's been a part of my life ever since. I very much enjoyed it. When I was 17, it was something different, out the ordinary I'd ever read, and just straight away I took to these vampires. Obviously they're starting now. And Claudia. And read The Vampire Lestat, and like the rest was history basically. Clive Barker, one of the greatest horror writers of our time, horror and fantasy writers of our time. I very much enjoy his works, how vivid, visceral, how terrifying they can be, at times. I also like his fantastical works as well, like Abarat. I've read all 3 Abarats and The Thief of Always. I really wish he'd get a move on and write book 4 of Abarat. He's been promising that now for a while, but it's still ain't come to fruition yet. But I'm hoping one day it will. Go give Mr. Barker time and stuff. He's a bit very busy man with his paintings and artwork and things like that. And as we know, he wasn't well for some time, but it's nice to see that he's back. Doing conventions at times and stuff, and he's well enough too. And he's looking, he's looking well. He's looking, well and healthy. And it was upsetting when that happened to him. As we know. But he come out the other side okay. In touch wood. He's been fine since. Again, a fantastic author. Absolutely love Clive Barker. Always have, always will. He's just a genius. He's just a really, again, master of the macabre. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Stephen King. I like the occasional Stephen King. I'll be honest, one of the best. To me, one of the best books I've ever read by Stephen King was Rose Madder, and that was recommended to me by my good friend Jadis, who's like mad on Stephen King. She absolutely loves Stephen King. She's like, the oracle of Stephen King. What she don't know about Stephen King books, just so worth knowing. So she recommended me, Rose Madder. And I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a fantastic book. I really did. And I have read the Dark Tower series. The complete Dark Tower series. and I've read Misery back in the day, and Carrie. What else have I read? Stephen King. Rosemother, Dark Terror series, Carrie, Misery. Oh, Doctor Sleep. I read that as well, yeah. And that was very good. I do enjoy Stephen King's books. But if I go choose between Stephen King and Clive Barker, then there's no contest. Clive Barker all the way for me. And well, I get some boos and hisses about that one, but yeah, Clive Barker, absolute favourite of mine. Other authors, as you know, I've mentioned in previous videos in regards to Author Spotlight, and the one I've done the other day, which is like Time After Time, is Elaine Thompson, Rob Shepherd, Maria Regan, Paul Kane, Paul Myers, Paul Verdini, Laini Taylor, Sarah J. Maas. Who else do I like? Oh, Holly Black. I have read her Cruel Prince books and I very much enjoyed them. I'm like, you know, some people compare them to Court of Thorns and Roses books, but no, I think there's quite a bit of a difference between Court of Thorns and Roses and Cruel Prince, but they're very good books. You know, again, Faye, fantastical Faye. But I very much enjoyed the Cruel Prince books. I did have them in hardback, but then we moved. I wasn't sure if I'd have enough room for the hardback, so I did give them to the local charity shop, and I have recently bought them back in a book set, so hopefully that'll be within the next couple of days. So I'll show you those, because I fancied rereading them at some point, and the book sets do sell like hotcakes. So I did find a book set at a reasonable price on eBay the other day, so I had that. Oscar de Muriel, again another great author. Sherry Priest. She's a good author. As you already know, like Richard Lehman, James Herbert. Oh, the list, the list just goes on, and like more than being added all the time, And I dare say, as time goes on and I read other books, more authors will be added to that list as well. But then, like, some of my favourite authors and my go-to authors are not ones that I've ever been let down by any of the authors I've read. 4-star and above, fantastic. Enjoy the time every time when I read their stories. And that's about it. I mean, should I do another card? Yeah, I'll do another card, but yeah, I mean, this is like nearly 40 minutes long now, and I've probably bored you all to tears, to be fair, but, I'm not the most exciting person in the world, granted. And I'll be the first to admit that. I'm not the most exciting person in the world. Yeah. But, it's like everything else. We enjoy what we enjoy, and as long as, we ain't hurting anybody, then I don't see what the problem is. Some people, enjoy the holidays, you know, jetting off every 5 minutes and stuff or whatever. You know, more power to them. It's like everybody knows, some people like sunshine, some people don't. I'm just like a homebody, if you like. I like spending time with my family. You know, I enjoy reading, listening to music occasionally. I enjoy my horror films, my thrillers, and likewise my horror and thriller TV programs. In fact, I was saying to my partner the other night, I said, "Oh, you know, I won't mind watching again." And so what's that? I said, "I won't mind watching Lucifer again." You know, the TV program with Tom Ellis in it, because it's been a while since I watched that, and I do enjoy that. I do enjoy that TV program. I like the relationship between Lucifer and Chloe. Again, I know you're on about romance not being my thing, you know, in regards to film and TV programs, but I don't mind it with his twist. You know, if it's all like, you know, sloppy and, you know, and like literally like romance overkill, I can't be done with things like that. You know, say like with all due respect, anything too Hallmark, you know, Hallmarky and bloody great romance and stuff. No, thank you. I can't be bothered with that. But if it's got like a bit of a kick to it, you know, if it's got like a bit of action with it, a little bit of, you know, stuff like that, then I technically don't mind it. But too much, you know, slosh and slush and kissy, no, thank you. But fair play to people who do, by the way. You know, I'm not knocking anybody who does. It's just not my jam. It's not my thing and stuff. But yeah, Lucifer, I think it's a great TV program. Again, I like the relationship between Lucifer and Chloe and Trixie. And I like the interconnecting characters as well, like with Linda and Mazakine and Eve and Amadale, is it? Amadale? His brother. Is it Amadale? His brother? In that urinal and Michael and stuff. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll watch Lucifer again. What are the two? I'm trying to think of other TV programs other than K-dramas. What else do it? Like Lucifer and like, you know, again, it's controversial, but The Sandman and which again is Neil Gaiman connected, isn't it? Sorry. Yeah, I've got about the connection with Neil Gaiman. What else? Of course, Interview the Vampire. I am halfway through the Mayfair, which is at the moment. Telemasca, I enjoyed that. Why it's been cancelled, I do not know, but I enjoyed the Telemasca. Shame that's been cut short as well. What else? I'm sure other programs will come to me in time. It's just not. My brain's on morning zone at the minute, and the coffee is. Well, the coffee's gone cold now, but it was sort of helping. But yeah, I just thought I'd try something different today, and a little bit of it, a get to know me, if you like, while I'm just painting my nails. Give me something to do at this time in the morning, to be fair. And that's it. And I do apologise if I've bored anybody to tears. As again, I'm not the most exciting person in the world and stuff, and I really don't know what to talk about half the time outside of books. But I just thought I'd let you know, like, other little things what I mean, you know, I like to do, I like to watch, who I like to read and listen to, you know, music wise and stuff. And that's it. So, as always, thank you for watching. I know this is a bit different compared to the videos where I do tend to do, but variety is the spice of life, right? And stuff. Well, video wise. So, with all that being said, and with my nails being painted now, and no, you know, bleed as such, nail varnish bleed as such, I wish you all a good day. So, have a great one. Take care. Stay safe. Happy reading. Happy nail painting. I don't know. And I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye for now. Bye bye.